Over the weekend, I posted a short content video about alcohol and why I choose not to drink alcohol now that I'm in my 50s, and you all want to know more, so let's go. So alcohol and perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause, do they mix? Let's dive in. Welcome to Boom 50 Fitness. My name's Regan, and this is your channel for all things health and fitness in your 50s and beyond. All right, I may have said that I don't drink alcohol anymore, but I should say that it's on occasion. I'm not a big wine drinker, but I love the occasional cocktail. So if we go out for a Mexican dinner, I'm gonna get a margarita. And if I go to a party with friends, I may or may not drink. It just totally depends on my mood. I don't have to have it, but sometimes I enjoy a cocktail. So one of the reasons I cut way back on my alcohol consumption is because it affects women more during menopause. And I'm not just talking menopause, I'm talking perimenopause too. The mood swings, the hot flashes, the sleepless nights. Alcohol is not your BFF. And I get it, the experience of perimenopause and menopause can be so stressful that maybe you think a cocktail or a glass of wine will help you just decompress. But in a recent study, more women said that their insomnia was worse when they drank alcohol, as well as their mood swings, and they didn't sleep as well. And the older we get, the more dangerous alcohol becomes. I know this may be hard to hear, but maybe you just need to rethink how much you drink during perimenopause and menopause. And don't worry, it's not all bad news. So here's what you need to know about alcohol and this lovely midlife transition. On a whole, men drink more alcohol than women do, but maybe it's because women are just less alcohol tolerant than men are. And this is partly just due to the fact that our bodies are smaller. But we also have less alcohol dehydrogenase, which is an enzyme that metabolizes the alcohol in the stomach. And that enzyme gets less and less active as we age. So as a result, we tend to absorb way more alcohol into the bloodstream than men do. And another fun thing about perimenopause and menopause is our bodies tend to lose more water volume. And as a result, we're less able to dilute the alcohol that's in our body. And that unfortunately can make us way more vulnerable to the effects of alcohol. The National Institute of Alcohol and Alcoholism defines heavy drinking as more than 7 glasses of alcohol per week, or more than 3 on any given day. But it also depends on what type of alcohol you're drinking. So a serving of wine would be 5 ounces, a can of beer would be 12 ounces, and one shot would be 1.5 ounces of a distilled alcohol of 80 proof like gin or whiskey. So just take note of that. If you're out to dinner and you order a margarita, sometimes it's going to come in a tall glass. That's probably going to count as 2 margaritas. And something like a small martini actually adds up to 1.5 servings of alcohol. So some of the health risks associated with heavy drinking are all cancers, including breast cancer, heart disease, organ damage, including brain, nerve, heart, and liver, irreversible bone mass loss, depression, even for people that weren't diagnosed previously with depression, negative interactions with medications, accidents leading to bone fractures, and sleep disturbance. So alcohol has been shown to disrupt the sleep of both genders, but women are way more likely to have insomnia caused by alcohol. I have some good news because there are some benefits to moderate drinking. So I just talked about the negative side effects for a heavy drinker, but if you're a more moderate drinker, there are actually some benefits. And here they are: a slight increase in bone density, lower risk of heart disease and stroke, lower risk of type 2 diabetes, and a lower risk of dementia. So moderate alcohol consumption would be about half of what heavy alcohol consumption would be. So instead of 7 drinks or more a week, about 3.5 a week. And the type of alcohol does make a difference. In a recent study of women ages 51 to 81, it showed that a low alcohol beer can help with bone density. So if you want to protect those bones, and who doesn't want to do that, maybe next time you reach for a drink, go for a low alcohol beer. Here's a great question that a lot of you want answered. Does alcohol trigger hot flashes? This is kind of a complex question. Many women say drinking alcohol, especially red wine, actually triggers their hot flashes. And there have been a lot of recent studies that hold up to that claim. But where you are in your transition from perimenopause to menopause really does matter. Surprisingly, one of these studies showed that women in perimenopause had less hot flashes when they drank alcohol. And that's in comparison to women who don't drink alcohol at all. And believe it or not, this had nothing to do with the hormone levels. They concluded that it was actually the high blood glucose levels that were decreasing the hot flashes. But then there are other studies that show the complete opposite, which would be that alcohol consumption increases hot flashes. Like most things, when it comes to health and fitness, it is so individualized. So the best thing you can do is test it out for yourself. Maybe you keep a journal of the nights you drink versus the nights you don't drink. Do your moods change? Is your sleep more restless? Do you have more hot flashes? All those kind of things. And all those things together will help you determine whether you need to scale back on alcohol or not. So my personal journey with alcohol is a pretty normal one. I just noticed as I got older, I couldn't hold my alcohol like I used to. I was waking up feeling more sluggish, and I'm a personal trainer and nobody wants a sluggish personal trainer. So I basically did it for my energy levels and also for my brain. I just feel way clearer when I don't drink. But this is your journey, and whatever works for you is what's gonna work for you. All right, so we tackled a pretty big question with alcohol and hot flashes, but now let's tackle an even bigger one. Does alcohol lead to weight gain? And I'm specifically talking about in midlife. And the short answer is yes. And the reason why it can lead to weight gain now and it didn't in the past is because of that enzyme I mentioned earlier. It's called alcohol dehydrogenase, and it's that enzyme in your stomach that metabolizes the alcohol. And as we get older, it starts working slower and slower and slower. And what will happen is your body will start to hold on to fat. So it sounds kind of simple. Cut back on alcohol and you'll probably lose weight. So I know we could dive into this topic a little bit deeper, but after all the comments and views that one short content video got, I thought I would try to answer some of your questions. And if you have any other questions, please leave them below in the comments. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to this channel already, why not? Go ahead and smash that subscribe button. My name's Regan. This is Boom 50 Fitness, your new BFF.